Yes. All right. Number two, what is
Okay.
the best way to sell your course? This is a great question, Igor. I
Mm.
was going to ask this too. So, what is the best way to sell your course? Publish on platforms like Udemy or create landing pages and sell it yourself?
Ah. So the people who are selling you courses on how to sell courses, they're going to tell you publish it yourself and and you pay us money and we'll show you how to do it. So there's like a whole funny thing going on there. Putting that
Yeah.
aside, both are good. Um, if you're starting from scratch and you don't have a single audience, publish something on Udemy. There's literally no harm. Publish like a version of your course or your idea on Udemy. It's a great validation and it's a great way of people to see your name and your brand and your style of education. And it's a great way
Right.
of practicing. Do that. Also, publish on YouTube. Whatever your or Twitter or Instagram or whatever. Like do that. These are discoverability engines. So do both. So publish on Udemy or the Skillshare or whatever. Like I'm not going to knock that. Like they're wonderful spaces. People flock to them and there are people looking for what you know. Put it up there. But don't neglect the fact that you can also independently create your own content. And
Yeah.
that comes with time. So do them both simultaneously.
I love that answer. And another one, another pillar of that that I was exposed to in the last 2 years is when you start. If you already have a portfolio of content, like I said, there's brands that are looking to either have own content that like Udemy,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a little bit of they will pay you upfront for your kind of like a book deal, right? They'll
Mm-hmm.
pay you upfront. They're like, hey, we found you, or you can even contact them. Like for example, I'll just use my awards example.
Mm-hmm.
They needed content for Adobe XD. Igor, you'll remember this, and so they had a whole bunch of Figma stuff. They needed Adobe XD stuff, and I think they wanted something else, but I only did the Adobe XD stuff, and I didn't like to create courses because it takes time away from the other money that I'm making. But they were like, "Hey, we're gonna give you $6,000 upfront for your course, and then after that, we'll do a 50. After you make back the 6,000 for us, um, we'll do a 50-50 split."
Yeah.
So you can approach brands who you love. Like for example, I know you're huge on XD Igor, but like I know there's other tools that you use as well. Like if you wanted to create a specific course, like reach out to the brand and say, "Hey, um, most brands don't have a lot of educational content anyway. I'm very interested in creating a course around your product. I would love to be able to like pitch them on it,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to be a big pitch, and
Yeah.
get the money up front for the course. It could be one thing, or for example, just like awards or Udemy, they might be able to do a upfront plus a 50-50 split in the back end. And so a lot of, it's great to have YouTube as well. Like that's how you're getting your reps in and becoming like an actual good at creating courses and content.
Mm-hmm.
But there's other ways versus just getting your money in the back end. But at the same time, like it's way easier just to be like up Udemy, just like take it. I've done the hard work, just like go and do
Yeah.
it. Like
That's
it's
like, oh,
just as
I have to,
profitable.
sorry, I have to add to that because that's a new thing that I only started recognizing in this stage of my career now. Early days, start up on Udemy, whatever. Middle days, sell it independently and make money and higher profit. Great. Now, the creator economy is a real thing. So
Yeah.
what the internet has developed into is independent people who are able to create content, share their brand, share their uh, personality around something. Jack Butcher on Twitter calls it the permissionless apprentice. So you can like apprentice with somebody without even asking permission. How? Let's say you love Adobe XD, or let's say you love a certain tool that you love using for whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Publish content on it. You don't have to ask them permission. They love it because you're creating genuine content that shows like people how to use it better. And so you are already a gem in their eyes, especially if you're creating good, consistent content that people are starting to take notice of.
Yeah.
Then that gives you even more leverage or appeal when you contact a brand and go, hey, you know what? As you probably can tell, I love using the tool. I'd love to up this production value and create something really, really good for you. I'm wanting to create a course for it, but it takes away from my service work and other stuff and this and that. Like, how do you feel about having a discussion around, partnering up on this and maybe we can work together on creating a course? And
Yeah.
then you start the
And
discussion.
yeah. And that can turn into that can turn into, you just end up being a mini content agency for not only that brand but multiple other ones.
Yeah.
So it's you got a lot of options, Igor. I hope you guys liked this episode. If you did, you can find more build from scratch website tutorials with me right here, or you can find more Editor X tips and tricks in this playlist over here. With that said, I hope to see you guys in another video. And of course, if you liked this episode and what we're doing here on this channel, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.